Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, the lovely, the talented, the wonderful Miss Neo Tarot just released a tarot reading on Foodie Beauty. I watched it and it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. There was so much insight to the reading, so much insight that it's a shame that Chantal looks at tarot readers and even people that react to her as the enemy because all insight is good insight, even the insight that offends you. So anybody that comes forward and tries to talk to Chantal, try to talk some sense into her, she looks at that person as the enemy if what they're saying goes against what she wants to do. And I know that Chantal watches my reacts to the tarot readers. I have this to say to Foodie Beauty if she happens to watch this one. Foodie, it is such an incredible shame. You are someone that, because of you being on YouTube, there are so many people telling you so much, giving you so much insight, and you haven't listened to even the slightest bit of it. Sometimes insight is not nice. Sometimes it's delivered in a harmful way, but it might be insight that you need to change your life. And believe me, Foodie, you need to change your life big time. You cannot stay on the path that you're on. You can't keep doing the things that you do. You are hurting yourself. You're hurting your health. You are on the wrong path. If you were on the right path, you would be healthy, you would be happy, you would be fulfilled. But you are none of those things. You're very unfulfilled. You feel empty. You feel a void inside of you. And you try to fill it up with so many things, but they're all the wrong things. Maybe you should consider the thought of maybe I'm using the wrong medicine for the wrong problem. Maybe the void that you try to fill with food and party favors and shopping and whatever else, maybe that void is a spiritual void. And a spiritual void is not filled with food or drugs or any other thing. It's reaching inside, looking inside, doing the work on the inside. And then that's when growth can actually happen. But again, wonderful reading from Neo Tarot. I'm going to react to this now, and I'm not going to release this until later. I'm doing the react now because I have got some work that I have to do later. So I'm just going to hold on to this until later to release it. So I hope you guys enjoy the react to Miss Neo Tarot. And for those of you on my channel that are new here, you've never heard of Neo Tarot, please look down below in the description. You'll see the original link for the original video. You can check out all of Neo Tarot's content, and I recommend that you do so. She does a flurry of different readings on different people, celebrities, actors, actresses, even haunted places. And I'm sure you'll enjoy all of her readings on people. Also, if you're someone and you're looking for a private reading, she does those too. Just go to her merch store. You can find the link for that in any one of her videos, and you'll see where you can get the readings. So with that said, why don't we just get into the reading? And I'll give my thoughts as we go. And I hope you guys enjoy this tarot react. Let me just go ahead and blow this up and make sure I got my volume. Oh, that's too loud. Sorry. All right, it's time to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy. And by the way, Neo, I'm loving the new intro, girl. Yes, yes, mama. Come up with that killer new intro.
This is the model in reverse. Model in reverse. 23 is significant. 5 is significant. Change through chaos and challenge. Focused on likes, follows, copy, supposition, no role models, false representation, a product of environment, imitation, a lack of morals, body shaming, contradiction, failure to be heard, object, low.
Oh, girl, you beat yourself out. What? Is YouTube giving you a hard time? Who do I have to beat up, Neo? YouTube is a funny place, ain't it? Like they let people stay on and do all kinds of nonsense and then make other people beat their stuff out. Annoying. but I love you. You're not annoying, they are.
Tear. Hey, y'all. Hey. All right. Y'all have been hitting me up talking about, girl, get into it, get into it. Y'all want me to do this foodie beauty reading? And if you ask, I answer. All right. So let's get into it. Bind, gag, and see submission of the enemy. Those who wish to do harm mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Send them back to the pit of hell from which they've come. All right. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You gotta watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. Feels like she's getting ready to bust the move. Bust the move. That's your business, child. That's your business. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging that current energy, Chantal, Foodie Beauty, is over here. And she's trying to fulfill the heart chakra. And this course is eating. And so there's this energy of trying to consume to create what feels like a balance, but this only creates further imbalance. And this is because there's pride, ego, people pleasing energy here. And the overconsumption is not allowing the other chakras. So this overconsumption does not allow the other chakras to do what they need to do. And so there's the heart chakra has imbalance. The energy of the heart always comes up when I read on her. But so the chakras above it and below it are teetered, which means it's total misalignment. This is an obstacle that she can overcome if she chooses to return to her peace, place of peace, resilience, strength, power. But if she chooses not to, that's her business. We all
I'm getting stuff off the One Horse Town card, Neil. And I know I probably have said this before. When I look at this card, when I think of Chantal, she is the lone horse in the field trying to eat all the grass. There's grass over here, but yet she wants to eat the grass over here. And you've got this, looks like a fence or something that stretches all the way across. And she's still determined to get over there. There's growth on both sides, but when I look at the trees over here on her side of the fence, what am I? I'm feeling like the growth on her side of the fence, it's not healthy growth. She's trying to grow in the wrong ways. And I think that pertains to her channel and making more money. She's reaching for financial growth when really she should be reaching for spiritual growth or emotional growth or psychological growth. Those are the areas that need a lot of work. A lot of work. I mean, we're talking years of therapy and counseling. And there's nothing wrong with that. If there's things wrong and it takes years to fix yourself, it takes years to fix yourself. No shame in that at all. If you realize you got a problem, it's okay to take the necessary steps to fix it. So she's got growth on her side. It's just not the growth that she needs. Meanwhile, over here we have looks like a barn or a home. And like she's on her side of the fence, but home is right here. She's not where home is, where there's maybe a different kind of growth. She's just focused on the growth over here and eating all the grass over here and trying to eat it over here. Like she's reaching her neck beneath that fence trying to eat that grass and just focused on, I have to eat all the grass. No, you don't. You don't have to eat all the grass, Chantal. No one's going to take the grass away from you. You can take your time and consume. You don't have to be so focused on over consuming. You can slow down. And the lipstick on a pig card, that card, how can I say this nicely? I think it's a good representation of how she is acting and presenting herself currently. Honestly, this is the picture that she is broadcasting out over the internet into the public. She's portraying herself as a gluttonous person, putting on a fancy coat of paint, putting on some lipstick, trying to make it seem as this is a good picture. This is a picture of contentment. And yet it's not a picture of contentment, nor is it a picture of health. It is a picture of non health. And there is a lot of misery that she hides behind the camera that we cannot see, because she wants to come on camera as that and act as everything's okay. I can live this lifestyle. I can live in a very hedonistic manner and there are no consequences. Well, there are consequences and she's dealing with a lot of them. She's just not admitting to them.
We all get the power and fire of choice, right? Fire sign energy. This could also acknowledge passionate but yet chaotic in the area of business and also in the area of um, passion. I was getting, thank you, Spirit. I was getting ready to say health. Feels like your health is really deteriorating quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I always pick up on health when it comes to her. There's also this energy of boredom, monotony, small mindedness, branch out, move on, novelty is needed. There's lipstick on the pig, which when I read on her, you guys always reiterate how often this card comes out. Even in her acknowledging energetically that there's boredom here, that there's this energy that she needs to move on, to return home. There's lipstick on a pig. There's this energy of denial, cover up, trickery, superficiality, frivolity, foolishness, and taking a closer look. This is being communicated again that there's an issue with the heart, but there's also imbalance and delays in the heart chakra, which creates total misalignment. This has to do with the passion for family, friend, business, romantic relationship, a friend, enemy, foe, and that you're not listening to your higher intuitive self.
You know what, Neil, as I'm looking at these two cards side by side, as someone that I watch her content regularly and I react to her on the regular also, I'm looking at these two cards and I keep getting struck with a sense of we're looking at two sides of the same coin. Because on one side, the left side, you have the horse in the field eating, and this card says boredom, monotony, small mindedness, branch out and move on, novelty needed. So on one side of the coin, she's doing what she does and she's making the money that she does doing it. But there's a lot of boredom involved with that. There's a lot of restlessness. There's a lot of I'm so bored with this and I'm so unhappy. But then on the other side, the right side with the pig, this is what she puts on in front of the camera. She wants everybody to believe that her choice to be on YouTube and do the food content, like it's what she wants to do. Like she's just so blissfully happy doing this content. So this is the on camera Chantal, and this is the off camera Chantal. Like on one side, when the camera's turned off, I am bored out of my mind. I'm restless. I don't know what to do. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. And the misery just keeps festering like a blister. But when she turns this camera on, the public persona is I just want to eat. I just want to bees. I just want to seal and lay around and do nothing. And I'm so happy. No, she's not happy. Not at all.
Which makes it again total misalignment. It's misalignment in the heart chakra, misalignment in the third eye chakra. There's misalignment in the root chakra. You're not maintaining authenticity and genuinity as you walk along your path. There's always a trick. There's always a scheme. There's always a need for the collective to look closer. And she's sweating like a sinner in church. It's juggling. Thank you, Spirit. It's jumbling. It's multifaceted. There's a lot of people involved. This is this solar plexus energy, the fire in the belly, fire sign again, to do what you want to do because you can. Thank you, Spirit. But good choices equal good karma and bad choices equal bad karma. And so this situation is a reflection of what she believes she deserves. You put yourself in this situation because you believe you deserve it. And when you believe you deserve better, you do better. May have her hiding behind her higher intuitive self because higher intuitively, you know it's not right. But it's like she's not even listening to her intuition. I don't know what she's listening to, and nor do I care. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes, not my business, not my.
You know what, Neo? I think that if her intuition tries to talk to her through signs or feelings, she shuts it down and she convinces herself, I know what's right for me. Even if I'm doing complete wrong and I'm sick and I'm miserable and I'm lonely and I'm unfulfilled, she mentally talks herself up of, I make all the right decisions. I know how to make right decisions. I'm on the right path. But Chantal, if you were on the right path, why are you so unhappy? Why are you so unhealthy? Why are you so unfulfilled? Obviously, there's a lot wrong there. And there's no shame in reaching out for help. And there's no shame in saying, I don't have all the answers. I have questions, but I don't have the right answers. Can somebody please help me? It's okay to reach your hand out and say, I need help. And quite honestly, Foodie, you need a lot of help. You do. You need a lot of help. Your problem with food, it's 1,000 miles over your head. It has gotten so out of control. You need professional help. You can't do this by yourself. And that's coming from somebody that was a food addict. My addiction to food was never at the level that yours is right now. You need professional help. And I think you know that, but you know what needs to be done to fix it, and you don't want to fix it. But that's just one area of your life that needs work. There are so many others, but you don't want to ask for help and you don't want to admit when you've done wrong or when you've made a wrong decision. So,
My problem. There's this energy of her wanting to detach mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually and try to go away, trying to get away. And we see this water sign energy, and or could just be acknowledging emotion, anxiety, sadness, depression, fear, because she has very little power in a situation, current energy, right? And so, because of this, you want to walk away, you want to get away, you want to hide. And Spirit says the house is on fire, fire sign energy. And it's not just the physical house, it's the physical body of which the Spirit dwells. I was getting ready to say swell. There's a lot of swelling. And see, you have your spiritual energy here, and they're acknowledging that there's no relationship. There is no relationship. It is not authentic and it is not genuine. Therefore, Spirit does not want to attach. Does that make sense? Like, and that's really deep when Spirit is like, I'll wait, I'll wait, because whatever I'm trying, whatever synchronicities I'm trying to send to you, you're not listening, you're not looking, you're not hearing. You have all this air sign moving crazily in this situation. Your thoughts are scattered, whichever way the wind blows, that's the way that she goes. And you have the heart chakra having balance and delay again, which for me, the upload is it creates total misalignment. Poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace is required. Were you raised in a barn?
can we go back for that for a minute? Something that you said struck me, Neo. The part about no relationship. Like when I was watching this reading and you said this part, I just it just struck me. Like the no relationship thing, I think it goes way beyond her relationship with her on-camera husband Salah. It, those words kind of hit deep because she doesn't have a good relationship with anything. She doesn't have a good relationship with the men she gets involved with food, with her conscience, with her family, uh, anything. She can't say, I have a good relationship with myself. She doesn't have a good relationship with her real, authentic self. In fact, there is no relationship. She's not communicating or caring about her true, authentic self. She doesn't have a good relationship with her health. She doesn't have a good relationship with her mind. She doesn't have a good relationship with spirit. Like there's no relationships going on. And the ones that are going on are all bad. There's not a single one that is healthy or beneficial to her or makes sense. And that's because she's blocked everything and everyone that has ever tried to help her, even spirit. She just blocked it all out. She has barricaded it away from herself. And she's decided, I'm going to walk alone and I'm going to make all the decisions and I'm going to make all the choices, good or bad. And even if they're bad, and a lot of them are bad, she's going to pretend like that was a good decision for me. So when you said like there's she has no relationships, that goes across the board, not just about men, but spirit, mind, health, family, pets. Like she doesn't do healthy relationships. I don't think she understands what they mean.
Poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social graces required. Were you raised in a barn? And you keep trying to have this situation, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and unfold, you want it. And you keep trying over and over and over again. And you're not listening to your higher intuitive self. Okay, total misalignment, but you're seeking breakthrough and solution, originality, receptivity, and faith. And there goes that big heart again. Enlarged heart, water.
Neil, I got to tell you something. When I was watching this reading the first time, I just got struck with something kind of funny because spirit works that way. Looking at there's more than one way to skin a cat card. I just kept getting a sense of, like being off frame for a minute and then like spirit leaning in and going, what you doing? I don't know why I got struck that way, but it's just it's like spirit is behind Foodie. She's not listening to it, but spirit is like a cat, like peeking in, like, what you doing? What are you up to? Just spirit looking at her sideways, like, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I just had to share that with you. That's just how that I took that card. It's like, what are you doing? What are you up to? She's not listening to spirit, but spirit just keeps poking its head out the doorway, going, what are you doing?
Around the heart, but spirit is acknowledging that she just wants a friend. Like she wants appreciation, devotion, worthiness, caring, playful, teasing. At the heart of it, you are one lonely person,
Mm-hmm.
miserable, because you attach to people, and the attachment is based off of like some form of fulfillment. It be that materialistic or monetary. It's not rooted. It's not real.
No, it isn't. I think she feels a sense of inner emptiness, and she tries to fill that emptiness with the wrong things. There's an old saying, money doesn't buy happiness. Money also doesn't buy love. But that old saying, money can't buy happiness. She is walking, talking, living, breathing proof of that. She's on YouTube. She's got a channel with lots of people. She's making money, uh, living a life that, financially speaking, a lot of people nowadays wish they could live. Like she's got enough money to not work a regular job. And she has enough money to buy the things that she wants and the food that she wants, but she's not happy. No matter what she does, no matter what she buys, no matter what she eats, she still feels empty. And in my opinion, I think all the eating, it goes beyond addiction. I think she uses the food as a distraction. She uses the food to distract herself from that emptiness. She eats the food, and then while she's feeling overly full, she has a moment where she doesn't have to think about how empty and lonely her life really is. And she also tries to fill up that emptiness, but trying to buy people to occupy her time and occupy a space next to her so that she can get away from that emptiness for a time. Although she knows whoever that person is, they really don't care about her. They really not in love with her. And she knows that. And I'm sure that makes her unhappy, but she's settling for what she can get. And all she can get is a guy that she pays a monthly salary to just occupy a space and act as if he really does care for her. That's the best she can do. That's how it's always been with her for a long time. So it's that there's this endless cycle of the void happens, the emptiness is there, she feels it, she feels miserable because she feels it, and then she scrambles trying to find anything to distract herself from it or to fill it up, but it never gets filled up. It's never even halfway there or a quarter of the way there. It's just constantly there.
And so you get misused and abused and manipulated. And then you in turn hurt people, because you ever heard that saying, hurt people, hurt people? That is your energy. Spirit says, now you're trying to put your boats in the water. Look at this, trying to figure out which way do I go? Do I go left? Do I go right? Will I float? Will I sink? What's the energy? No pun intended. Spirit said you're going down. You're sinking quickly. And my spiritual team, and I'll be quite honest with you guys, my spiritual team is telling me they're being very patient with her. Like, I've said this before and I will continue to say this. I'm not the one or the two. My spiritual team, my team don't play about me. And so whatever you're doing, the backfire is real, and you will know it, you will feel it, you will know it, you will sense it. I am highly protected, as well as the collective. And so you have to be very careful with your next movements, your next words, your next doings, your next sayings. You really should tread lightly when it comes to the things that you do, because you have no idea what you're up against. Okay? Very patient. They're being very patient. But Spirit is acknowledging that you're putting your boats into the water, trying to figure out which direction to go. This
I'm going to back that up for a minute because I got something to say on that. I don't know what you're doing either, Foodie. I know that a lot of bad energy has been sent at tarot readers. The more readings they do on you, the more you get angry at them. You get resentful, you get hateful. You get on your live streams and in a roundabout, snide, sideways kind of way, you make comments about the readings that are done on you. But what you really should be doing is be grateful and thankful for the insight that we might be giving you. You got a lot of tarot readers doing readings on you. And instead of plugging up your ears and saying they're all hateful people, they're doing these readings and they're purposely saying awful things about me. They're not being truthful. They're not speaking from spirit. They're thinking from a hateful heart and they're speaking from a hateful heart. Can I just let you know, Foodie, when you do tarot readings, you do it from a place of you just have to say whatever it is that spirit tells you to say, whatever messages might be coming off the cards. You can't read tarot correctly from a hateful place with hateful intention in mind or heart when you get started. Yeah, that will mess up a reading, and you're not going to give a true reading that way. But any true tarot reader, they just simply relay the messages that the cards and spirit are telling them as they come in. So it's not coming from a hateful place. If I'm going to sit down and do a reading about foodie beauty and every card is going to be awful and I'm going to say awful things, no. We are simply relaying what spirit wants us to tell you and tell everybody else and the way it comes out. That is all. So I don't know what you're doing behind the scenes, foodie, or if you got other people doing things for you. Please understand that for every action, there's a reaction. And for every action, there's a consequence. And even if you're borrowing somebody else's hands to do things for you, what kicked it off was your intention and your wish. And if you're telling people, I don't like this person because they're doing reactions on me, or they're doing tarot readings on me, and they're saying things that I don't want to hear, or they're saying things that I don't want others to hear, you're doing things from a spiteful place. And if you're doing any kind of rituals, magic, spells, whatever it is you might be doing, candle magic, and you're doing things with hateful, hurtful, harmful intention, that will come back at some point and revisit you. And if something happens, don't look at other people and say, oh, they threw stuff at me. No, what's coming back to you is what you threw out in the first place, because that's how that works. If you go out of your way to hurt someone who's not necessarily hurting you, it's going to come back on you. It always does. Tarot readers, we're just reading the cards, but we're not doing it with hateful hearts or hateful intentions or hateful thoughts. We're just reading the cards as they come out. That's the way you do it, and that's the way it should be done. Thank you.
Okay. Very patient. They're being very patient. But Spirit is acknowledging that you're putting your boats into the water, trying to figure out which direction to go. This creates anxiety, sadness. This creates depression. This creates this anxiety. And Spirit is acknowledging that she wants to clear, cancel, and release this energy to manifest the life that she does want. She's trying to have fulfillment, enthusiasm, following bliss and money, passionate projects, and just wanting to do her. Again, we get water again. Okay. And this emotion is because the heart chakra is overburdened, overwhelmed, trying to carry the solar plexus energy, trying to carry the sexual sacral energy, and higher intuitively, you already know it's not going to work. It's like trying to drive somewhere on the far, like, I don't know why Spirit wants me to say California. Who's in California? Spirit is acknowledging trying to drive to California from fucking, I don't know, Rhode Island on a gallon tank of gas. Like, where are you going? Why in your mind do you think you can get there when you know you don't have enough to get there? That's
True. And Chantal, for her part, she tries to act like there's nothing to worry about. That's the image she puts in front of people. There's nothing to worry about. Whatever happens, happens. There's nothing to worry about. But there's plenty to worry about. There's the fantasy world that she lives in where she feels like if I have to leave Kuwait, if I have to leave Salah, it's not that big of a deal. Life is not going to be that hard. And then there's reality. She doesn't want to face reality. She doesn't want to talk to it. She doesn't want to have a conversation with it. She doesn't want to sit down and have dinner with it and have a meaningful discussion. She just wants to avoid it. Again, it goes into that public image of I am fulfilled living this life in front of the camera. I am happy in front of the camera. That camera is her fantasy world. It's part of her fantasy world. It's part of her fantasy image. But then off camera is the reality. And to avoid reality, she stays on camera as much as she can because the camera is not just part of her reality. I'm also being told it's also a tool of distraction. Her on camera time is a way to distract herself from the unhappiness of her life, from the loneliness of her life, from her bad health, from everything bad that's going on with her right now. As long as she's looking forward into that camera, she can look away from the things behind her that need attention. Or as long as she looks in the camera, she doesn't have to look at herself and see also what needs attention. So the longer she distracts herself, the more problems she's going to have. And you're right, Neo. I mean, she's in a place emotionally, mentally, physically, where she's trying to put off this image of, I can handle it, whatever it is, I can handle it, I can handle it. It's not that big of a deal. I'll be fine. But Chantal, you're 41 years old. You're in really, really bad health. Maybe your health is so bad you can't travel or travel is scary, but at some point you've got to travel. And then there's the other problems. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? There's a million questions that have to be answered. There's a million phone calls that have to be made. There is money that has to be saved up to get your place back in Canada or wherever it is you go. So there's a lot to deal with. And the thing is, you don't want to deal with that.
It's not my business, not my problem. Foodie Beauty, current energy. Foodie Beauty, Chantal, current energy.
Mm.
Coucher. That's interesting. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Mm, mm, mm. That's your business. That's your business. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Maybe I'm reading too much into this, Neo. I think I know why you're singing that song. I think I know why. I think I know. It might have something to do with what she does off of YouTube to make money. Yes, ma'am. Sexy time, sexy playtime on camera for money.
Okay, the aspects of this card is that of a womb-like room filled with those who await birth into a new life. They lie in a fetal position on their mats. Life depends on life. So they are sustained by the slaughtered and sacrificed animals at their feet. Wow. The attributes of this card center on sanctuary, the maintenance of a safe place for ritual growth. Okay, I see. So you're doing it. You're into that.
Well, there's the question of, where'd all the hamsters go, Foodie? The many versions of Harry the hamster. Because there's been more than one. Very, very sus that there have been different versions of the same hamster. So, what are you really doing with those hamsters?
Chickens and sacrifice and slaughter. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay. Well, what does Spirit say about that? What's the response to that, Spirit? Now, people do it all the time. Don't get me wrong. People do it all the time. Spirit said, well, there's red flag. Red lipstick stains, evidence of cheating. Somebody's going on a movie date, cheating on you, and you're fighting for what you love while you so busy worried about something else. You got an issue right up under your nose. Like that's what you should be focused on. But whatever. I've always picked up on that there's manipulation in her energy field and that she does a brouhaha. So Spirit is just confirming it. There's also this energy of a road trip. Where are you going? Where you headed? Do you know where you're going? Spirit says you're running from these bills. Student loan debt makes you feel like the hangman's stuck in a position where you can't move. Spirit says you have too many cats. Oh my goodness. And then Spirit says, The
Hmm.
broken bed. I don't know. Red needed to get rooted, needed to get grounded. Did the bed break?
I looked at the broken bed card, Neo, and the first thing that I thought of, the broken bed with the red cover on it, the broken bed. Red is significant. Isn't that emotional, maybe pointing in the direction of love? The broken bed, broken relationship, broken marriage, things breaking apart between her and Salah. Could that be the broken bed?
Why am I trying to say bread? Anything else for Foodie Beauty? Chantal. Thank you, Spirit. There is an energy of something coming back from the dead, like a
Mm.
zombie, like something you left in the past. You didn't think it would come back, and it is. You're trying to delete this situation and you're trying to glow up, like you're trying to filter it. You're trying to cover it with makeup or what have you. Foodie Beauty. Imprisonment, mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Spirit says you need to cut through the confusion and use discernment, tap into your intuition. But you're focused on the rumors, the verbal abuse, lies, slander, judgment, psychological projection, the gossip.
Sounds like she's confining herself. If it's not her going to an actual jail, she has put herself in a position of self confinement, solitary confinement. The jail cell that she's in is one of her own making, and it goes beyond the home in which she lives, which she chose to live there for 3 years. She chose to confine herself with the sadness, with the anger, with the frustration, with everything. She put that in the cell with her. But another form of the imprisonment could also apply to her body. Her body is her prison. And the bigger it gets, the more she's confined, the more she's locking herself in to where she can't do anything. She can't go anywhere. When she goes somewhere, she feels a sense of embarrassment. She feels awkward. She feels like she sticks out like a sore thumb because, in a way, she does. She's very noticeable. So there's all kinds of confinement here. She is imprisoning her brain, her soul, her spirit, her heart, her everything from change. She's pushing change away when change is saying, if you just face me, that can help unlock the door. If you want out, you can get out, but you have to face me. If you want to unlock the door, the key has always been in your hand. All you have to do is use it. Or you can sit in the cell of your own making forever until something happens. And at the rate in which she's eating and she's living, something's going to happen. It ain't going to be very nice.
When it comes to your relationship, current energy, Foodie Beauty. Thank you. It's got the pleading man who's apologizing due to his deadly words, but the ship has sailed. Boat is moving that way, meaning it's not coming back. Um, Water sign energy, anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, wanting to clear, cancel, and release this energy to manifest a life that you do want. And you're trying to, again, manifest and call this person back with their eyes closed. It's the butterfly effect. Because when you open your eyes, your
Let's
depression,
go
wanting
back.
to clear,
Let's go
cancel.
back. I was just given a message from spirit for Foodie. Foodie, you can't save what doesn't want to be saved. Does that make sense? You can't save what doesn't want to be saved. You can't hold on to something or someone that doesn't want you to hold on. When that which you're trying so hard to hold on to in your grip is saying, I don't want you to hold on to me, let go of me. If that is their wish, if that is their intention, if that is their will, you can't force someone or something to stay and expect everything to be okay. You can't expect happiness from that. All you can expect is misery and unhappiness. You're already an unhappy person, and by trying to forcefully hold on to someone that wants you to let go, you're making them unhappy. You're stopping them from whatever path they want to be on or they should be on. And also at the same time, you're stopping yourself from your own true path because you refuse to let go. And you're committing all kinds of wrong by doing that. When the sign has come, when the sign is clear as day, and it's saying it's time to go, it's time to say goodbye, it is time to let go. Let yourself go, let this person go, and move on. It's time to go. You got to stop being a forcer. You force your way into people's lives and force yourself onto things, even animals. You force your presence onto animals. You don't acknowledge what anyone or anything wants. It's all about what you want. If you want to change, you cannot feel nor think selfishly. You have to consider the will and the happiness and the soul of whoever or whatever is in front of you. And you have to take that into consideration. And if someone says, no, I don't want to be around you, or you make me unhappy, don't get mad about it. Don't throw a temper tantrum. Just accept that that person or that thing is not part of your life and it doesn't belong there. That which belongs in your life will want to be around you. And you won't have to work so doggone hard to keep them around you. They'll just be there. That which is supposed to be around you will just be there. It'll show up, but it's not going to show up if you shut the door and you say, no, I don't want change. I want what's inside the door. Or what's inside the door is unhappy with you and it's adding to your unhappiness. And that's why you should open the door and let that which that wants to leave out and that which that wants to come in in.
And release this energy to manifest the life that you do want. And you're trying to, again, manifest and call this person back with your eyes closed. It's a butterfly effect. Because when you open your eyes, it ain't that. It is not that.
No.
It's not what you're daydreaming and fantasizing your relationship to be. Foodie Beauty, current energy. This is the model in reverse. Model in reverse. 23 is significant. 5 is significant. Change through chaos and challenge. Focused on likes, follows, copy, supposition, no role models, false representation, a product of environment, imitation, a lack of morals, body shaming, contradiction, failure to be heard, object, low tier.
Can we go back to that for a minute? I just got distracted in my thoughts. I'm sorry. The, the model in reverse. When I saw that card, Neo, what came to mind is she is the model in reverse. The model upright, I feel, represents an image or a person that people admire, look up to, uh, someone who's doing well. The model in reverse for Foodie, I feel, it represents everything is upside down. She is someone that is despised. Uh, People are disgusted by her, how she is, how she lives. She's making her money in a very unhealthy way. So it is a negative public image versus a positive one. And where the model upright would maybe represent someone that you would look up to and say, I wish I could be that person, or I wish I could live their life. No one looks at Chantal and says that. This woman, Foodie Beauty, she is the seven deadly sins all wrapped into one person. She is a walking cautionary tale of why it's important to live a life, have a good life, be a good person, have morals, have boundaries, have a sense of manners, uh, live life with some restriction, because her life has no restriction, no boundaries, no morals, no values. She's living in her base self, and she's suffering because she lives in her base self and not her intuitive self. So, model in reverse fits her perfectly because she is not someone that people look up to and admire and respect. It's just the opposite. She is not famous, she is infamous.
Word, object, low tier. What's the message to Foodie Beauty? Chantel. What's the message? You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Believe what you see. Face reality or live in la la land. La la land, like LA, like California. Why does that keep coming up? Choose bravely. Chantal for the beauty current energy. She's holding on to people and possessions very tightly. She's holding on to her money very tightly. There's an energy of having deep-seated past issues, hoarding, stingy, controlling, possessive. There's also an energy of her having deceit in her energy field, lies, trickery, cheating, theft, underhandedness, dishonesty, dangerous, sneaky, risky behavior, an enemy masquerading as a friend, spying, a lack of conscience, strategy, resourceful, flexible, escaping, interconnection. And then we get the Four of Cups. She's filled with regret, refusing offers, missed opportunities, stagnation, delusion, focusing on the negative, self absorption, depression, boredom, nostalgia, frustration, weariness, meditation, daydreaming, fantasizing. What is her biggest obstacle? Current energy. Yeah. Shedding the old is an obstacle. Letting go of people, possessions, or issues is an obstacle. Being generous and sharing is an obstacle. Being greedy is an obstacle. Unwarranted fear of poverty is an obstacle. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, remember I read biggest obstacle in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Releasing pain is an obstacle. Overcoming depression is an obstacle. Optimism, forgiveness, the worst is over is an obstacle. And with the Eight of Wands in reverse, returning from travel or holiday is an obstacle. If you're planning on traveling, you're going to be met with obstacles and delays. Restriction, bad timing, losing momentum, fire sign in reverse, throwing water on a flame, out of control is an obstacle, too fast a pace, theft and opposition is an obstacle.
Do you see? You know, Neo, Chantal hates you, but I think she hates you because of your readings and the fact that you're offering so much truth and so much insight that she is just not ready for yet. She hates the fact that you're right. She hates the fact that you are just speaking truth from a non hateful place, and her soul just isn't ready to hear it. She's a liar, she's a deceiver, she's a con artist, she's a scammer, and she's not ready for change. And those who don't want to change, when they're confronted with truth and people telling them the truth, they get angry. She's a hurt person who hurts other people. That's true. And what did you say earlier? Hurt people hurt other people. They don't care about other people. They don't care if they cause hurt. They feel that since they're hurting, other people should hurt too. They arrive at a place where they feel I'm hurting, so I don't care if anybody else hurts. I don't care about the damage that I do, even to myself. I'm just going to do it. They don't like the pain, and yet they cause more. And there are consequences for that. There are severe consequences for that. So her life right now is just one big circle of pain. And truth could set her free. But as strange as it may sound, despite all the pain that she's in right now, Neo, I don't think she's experienced enough pain. And I'm not saying that from a place of I want her to experience enough pain, but it's one of those weird things that if you experience a certain level of pain, you can get used to it. It becomes your normal. And I think in Chantal's world, she experiences pain on the daily, but she's gotten used to it. She might have even built up a tolerance for it. So in her case, it's going to take an extreme amount of pain to maybe break through that wall to where she gets it through her head. I have to change. She's stubborn. Ooh, girl, she's stubborn like a pack of mules. 2 packs, 3 packs of mules. She's stubborn as all that. And she's refusing to move and she's refusing to change. And it's going to take something big to make her change. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's going to take that kind of level of pain. Because when you experience an extreme amount of pain that goes way past your tolerance, that's when you wake up and that's when you say, oh no, I can't do this.
Shattered dreams are an obstacle. Nightmares, unhappiness, devastation, misery, lack of fulfillment. With the Nine of Cups in reverse is an obstacle. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again because Spirit is encouraging me to do so. You have crossed a lot of people, and apologies are needed and apologies are necessary, but apologies won't help you to escape your karma. Your karma is real, and karma is coming. If karma is not here already, what you do in the dark will be exposed to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress will come to the surface. There is an energy of regression. There's an energy of regret. There's also an energy of depression and sadness and anxiety, and you wanting to clear, cancel, and release that energy to manifest the life that you do choose, that you do want. But you cannot hide from the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye sees everything and knows everything. Whatever you think that you're doing and has not been exposed will come to the light. Those who are blessed are truly blessed. Your situation is borrowed. You are on borrowed time. The clock is ticking.
And something for me, Foodie, something for me. If your life is full of pain, consider what you've chosen to hold on to. Consider that might be the source of your pain. What you're holding on to, what you're desperately holding on to. If you hold on to painful things, then you'll feel pain because that's what's within your grasp and you refuse to let it go. If you don't like the pain, then you've got to let it go. Let it go out into the world. Let it go out into the universe. It doesn't belong with you if it's hurting you. Unless you are in love with pain, you're absolutely in love with it and you like it, but I don't think you like it. I don't see how anybody could like it and be in love with it and do a dance with it, but everybody's different. But if you're feeling pain on any level of yourself, physical, emotional, mental, psychological, personal, or impersonal, consider that which you gather to yourself and that which you hold on to and you continue to hold on to. And consider the idea that if you let it go, maybe some of the pain will be released. But Neo is right. You have hurt a lot of people. You caused a lot of hurt. People that are your friends, people that are your family members, people that you might be around right now. And I'm sorry is a start if you really mean it, but it's not going to fix all the damage. But if you have a true good heart, then you'll want to try to fix as much damage as you can. Just be comforted that you did what you can to make things right. And then go on and fix more damage that you might have done. But you've hurt a lot of people, Foodie. A lot. And you know it. You may not want to acknowledge it out loud. You may feel embarrassed. You may feel awkward to approach the people that you've hurt and say, I'm sorry. But you should. You should apologize to those people that you've offended, that you've hurt, that you've lied to, that you've manipulated, that you've deceived. You should apologize to your family. Apologize to everyone you've done wrong to.
What else? Five is significant. It's not going to work. Spirit is acknowledging that you're holding on to people, possessions, issues, deep-seated issues, hoarding, stingy, controlling. You're possessive. You're seeking some type of financial security and financial stability. You're trying to save for something big, but you're greedy. And there's greed all over this with the Four of Pentacles, with the Nine of Wands in reverse. You're refusing to compromise, and so you will be brought to your knees. You're stubborn and rigid. You're obstinate. You want to be the last one standing, but Spirit said this is a foolish, defensive position. You have a weakened immune system, and that's what you should focus on, but you're careless. You're calculated. You're planning. You feel guarded and protected. You're someone who is unconcerned about the feelings of others, and so that energy comes right back to you. Whatever you put in the universe comes right back to you. Whatever you create is yours. It comes right back to you. Last card. I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck. Yeah. It comes out 3 times now. You're just greedy. You're scared. Honestly. You're holding on to things because you're afraid to release. You're afraid to know what that looks like, what that feels like, what's going to happen next. Who knows? But you're holding on so tightly to things because you don't want to experience what feels like a loss. But the loss is inevitable because you've created it. So it's yours. No matter how tightly you hang on to things, you're at a loss.
Sounds like Foodie is holding on to all of the wrong things and the wrong people. She's greedy for all the wrong things and the wrong people. And because of that, she's denying herself other things and other people that are meant for her. Like this energy of hoarding and being greedy and possessive and controlling and manipulative. She's right, Foodie. Neo is right. You know she's right. And if you're a selfish, greedy, manipulative, conniving person, you got that kind of energy, strong with that energy. And if your one wish in the world is love, do you honestly think that you're going to get love being that way? Do you think that you're going to get it or you're going to be able to hold on to it? How can you get love? And love is a giving thing. Real love is a giving, nurturing, caring thing. How can you get love if you don't have love? You don't have it for yourself. You don't have it for other people. You don't know what care is. When your kind of love is selfish, conniving, controlling, suffocating, nobody sticks around for that, and nobody wants to be around that. It's a negative thing. So if you want a positive thing, you have to be a positive person. You got to have that kind of positive energy. Negative attracts negative. Positive attracts positive.
This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.
Wonderful reading by Neo Tarot. Really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for doing the reading, Neo. Very, very insightful. And I hope that when Foodie watches your reading, and I'm sure that she will, I hope that she unplugs her ears and she looks at it through new eyes, that she just lets the words just seep into her soul. It would do her good. So that's it for the Tarot React. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to post this later, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.